There is a tremendous amount of gossip surrounding you, and people just can't help but to have you in their mouths. You may be getting recognition, you're in the public eye, people love what you do, they love your energy at the core, and it seems to be like you're the talk of the town or you're the main focus. You do garnish a lot of attention, and not everyone that's gossiping is saying negative things. Some of them are admiring you. They're saying how far you've come, but most of the people gossiping, they do want to have control over your name, or some of them are they're being triggered internally in some way, and they do have a choice as to how they can speak of you. Some of them are being negative or being hijacked to essentially gossip about you. Their curiosity got the best of them, and some of them decide to do and say things that are reckless about you. For some, if you were to find out what they would say, it may be a bit hurtful. Others of you, you don't even care at all. Because if anything, it's never going to take your shine. It's never going to take your crown away. And most of what's being talked about is because of jealousy. Haters, most likely. They're just watching you as you're painting your canvas, as you're doing all this hard work, as you're dedicated to yourself. They're gossiping about the fact that they feel like you're a high priest or a high priestess. They feel like you're a witch or a warlock. They don't understand why there's so much mystery surrounding you. They can't figure out the puzzle pieces about you, and they feel like you're strategic in how you move. Some people that have known you either through adolescent age, college, high school, your peers are the ones that seem to talk about you the most because, for one, they cannot believe the transformation of what you become. They never thought you would be this person. Some of you that are content creators or you do have a platform of some sort, they definitely hate how much support and backing that you have, and it triggers them internally. It makes them feel inferior to you. And trust when I tell you, it's only you. They're only focused and observing on you because there's nobody else worth watching. In their eyes, nobody else is worth watching. You're constantly ascending. You seem to be learning and in a new phase in your life. And some of them want to talk to you. Some people from the past that no longer are in contact with you want to talk to you. They unblock and block you constantly because every time they see your page or anytime they see something about you, it triggers them. It triggers the memories. They dwell on the good times. It forces them to look back. And a lot of these people that do gossip end up putting themselves in traps and get divinely stomped out. So sometimes people are led to gossip about you because it's going to come with some form of karma. It ends up with them being kicked to the curb in their personal lives. So what people don't understand about gossip is that energy comes back full circle. And I don't know if they're noticing the correlation because they're not a high priest or a high priestess like you. They don't use their intuition like you do. But they definitely have some sort of negative effect that comes onto their personal life where either they get kicked to the curb by others, they're discarded in some way, treated as if they don't matter because the tongue is strong. And you have spiritual gifts. You have a lot of discernment. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of intuition. Some of you are clairaudient. Sometimes I can hear when people are talking about me from a distance. I may not be able to make out what they're saying, but I can tell if the vibration is either negative or positive. They don't know that you were telepathic. You already know what they're doing. And they sometimes even make themselves sick. It doesn't have to be a sexually transmitted disease. But every time they speak about you in a negative connotation, it does have consequences that can manifest into like a flu or being sick for a week or just, sometimes they speak events into their own existence without really knowing. And you teach people to be mindful about the impact of their speech. Your presence teaches people to be mindful. They're actually jealous about the fact that you're happy and content in just the simple things in life and the things that you are doing. They're watching you as you're focused on self and your projects. You're not paying these people any mind. And they kind of want to take not creativity from you, but they want to be inspired by you. But at the same time that they're inspired, they also feel some type of way because they're like, wow, this person's so independent. How did they get this far? Like, I knew them at a point where they didn't even have this much support. I knew them when they were nobody. It's like a very bittersweet type of energy, but you definitely teach people to be careful with speech. Because they realize, some of them put two and two together and they realize right after they say something bad about you, something happens to them. Or something, they get divinely stomped out. Or they get like intuitive messages from God or the universe that they stepped out of line or they did something that they shouldn't have. And you seem to be, people are realizing that you are the key to life. That a lot of the wisdom and knowledge that you have in terms of life should be applied across the board. Maybe not for everyone, but most people are seeing that you're definitely finding the keys to life. And some people feel like you have shortcuts, or like there's certain knowledge and wisdom that you have access to that they don't, because they're wondering like, how did you get this far so fast? And they may be even in the same line as you. They're trying to do the same things you're doing. Some of them are trying to like be in the same field and not garnishing the same results. So that is what kind of triggers the gossip in a way. But they can't checkmate you anyways. All you're going to do is just continue to mind your business, not even acknowledge them and be happy. And so this bothers people.